What's up, Fragrant family? This is Tyler with Simply Fragrances, and today I'm going to be giving you my top 10 barbershop fragrances, of course, from my collection, because there's 1,000 different barbershop fragrances and some that I still need to get my hands on. But I'm going to go through my collection and rating them from 10 to 1. That's something I don't normally do, so really excited to bring this to you guys. If you want to know what these fragrances are, be sure and keep it right here. Alright guys, welcome back. Like I said, my name is Tyler. This is my channel, Simply Fragrances. And on this channel, we talk about everything fragrance related. We do top 10s, we do reviews, we do literally everything. Fragrance giveaways, you name it, it's on this channel. So if you guys want to be a part of that, feel free to hit the red subscribe button. I really do appreciate that. It doesn't cost you a dime and you're going to get all my videos. Be sure if you hit that notification bell. That way, whenever I upload a video, you get all my notifications. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for the love and support. Whether you've been subscribed for a day or almost a full year that I've had this channel going, I really do appreciate that. So this is going to be my top 10 from my collection barbershop fragrances. But before we do that, I do want to give a quick shout out to one of my subscribers and my buddy. His name is Brian. You can find him over at Instagram at Bearded and Winning, and he's got some really cool stuff. He sent me this, and this is awesome stuff. So this is some beard oils. So he's got his own beard oils. This is Pineapple Express. This is awesome. So it's kind of like Aventus style fragrance, but it also has some cherry in there, and it really mixes very well. So he sent me this and a few others, so just kind of a quick little shout out to you, brother. I appreciate all the love and support. So he has sent me these, and I'm gonna try and grow my beard out. I've really never had like a full beard per se, so we're gonna see what happens, and I'm excited for this. And so the little beard oils came in a little box like this. There was a sticker that I'm rocking on my mini fridge, so shout out to you, Brian. Thank you so much, man. I do appreciate that. So let's go ahead and get into this. So these are actually going to be ranked. I normally don't do ranked videos because I have a hard time doing it, but I wanted to test myself and I wanted to push myself and go ahead and give you a ranked video. So it's gonna be ranked from 10 to number 1, and just because it's my number 10 spot doesn't mean it's a bad fragrance, that I don't necessarily like it. It's just the other ones in there, either maybe they remind me more of a barbershop style, or maybe it just suits better with my skin, or I like the note. Who knows? There could be just, you know, tons of different reasons, but if they're on this list, they're on this list for a good reason. So let's go ahead and start with the number 10 spot. Now this one might seem kind of weird because being at the number 10 spot, but I will explain. So at the number 10 spot, we have Barbershop from Authenticity Perfume. So this one, the reason why it's at the number 10 spot is I actually really don't get like a super barbershop-y vibe from it. Now I know that sounds super crazy. You know, a lot of people rave about this stuff, and it's good, don't get me wrong, but it smells more like clean soapy shower gel to me, rather than like a traditional barbershop fragrance. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It will get you in the mindset of a barbershop fragrance, but it's kind of got this fresh, creamy, clean, almost shower gel like vibe to it. And I dig it, don't get me wrong. It's good stuff, that's why it's on here. But out of all the ones on the list, this is the one that reminds me least of a barbershop or you know, a gentleman fougere style of fragrance. So the number 10 spot, we have Barbershop from all right guys, so welcome back. We are at the number 9 spot, and at the number 9 spot, this is a pretty brand new release. This is a 2020 release. This comes from the house of Naughton and Wilson, and this is Bon Vivre. Now this one, I really like the dry down on this one, but I don't necessarily care for the opening that much. I was really anticipating this one, and it's good, don't get me wrong. I still like it, I still love it, but the opening, it's a bit harsh, it's a bit brash for me. The citruses in there, there's not petitgrain listed in here, but it almost comes off like a petitgrain, so real sharp and brash type of fragrance in the opening. But as it dries down, it's just creamy and citrusy. It does lean more, like I said, to that gentleman fougere type of style, and this is really good stuff. So don't be thinking that I don't like it or anything like that just because it's at the number 9 spot, but we have Bon Vivre at the number 9 spot. All right, guys, so that brings us to the number 8 spot. At the number 8 spot, this one comes from the house of a Mr. Christian Dior. So you probably guessed it by that name, and this is Dior Eau Sauvage. I love this stuff, guys. This stuff is amazing. It just has that classic barbershop fougere, gentleman style vibe to it, but it's got this really bright, fresh lemon in the opening with a creamy dry down. It's got lots of lavender, so it's gonna have some legs, and this stuff does project really good for the first, I'd say, hour to an hour and a half. So if you're gonna be in that close proximity of people, maybe, you know, control the spray, or, you know, maybe spray it on however much you want and then wait a good, you know, 30-40 minutes before heading out, because this stuff does put out pretty good. But the number 8 spot, we do have Dior Eau Sauvage. All right, guys, so that brings us to the number 7 spot. And at the number 7 spot, this is probably the freshest on the list. I really do enjoy this stuff, but the dry down, not saying that it's bad, but it goes a bit more leathery than I would not necessarily like, but it just kind of, it loses that barbershop-esque type of feel to it. Maybe this is gonna step on some toes, but I still love this stuff. Really excited to have it in my collection, and shout out to Justin from Stay Fresh Production to putting me on to at the barbers from Replica Mason Margiela. Now this stuff opens up super bright, super fresh, lots of citruses, lots of aromatics in here, lots of lavender. You know, it's got that classic barbershop shaving foam, you know, type of vibe to it, with some citruses in the opening, and it's just absolutely beautiful. But as it dries down, it tends to get this leathery, woody accord to it, and it's not bad by any means, but it doesn't really remind me of the barbershop anymore. It just kind of takes on a leathery, woody, kind of light, spicy fragrance. But like I said, it's not bad. It's at the number 7 spot for a reason. This stuff is very good. This is probably a good entry-level fougere if you've never tried, you know, a fougere or a barbershop fragrance. This I would definitely recommend, and then Barbershop from Authenticity. I would recommend both of those for a good starter entry-level barbershop fragrance. But the number 7 spot, we do have Replicas at the Barber. Okay, that brings us to the number 6 spot, and this is where it really started to get hard for me, because man, when you get into the top 6 or even top 5 and up, they're all so good, you really have a hard time kind of, you know, placing them. But I think I, you know, have my list set. I'm gonna leave it here. So at the number 6 spot, this is one of my all-time favorite creeds, and this is Creed Viking. This was actually my scent of the day. I love this stuff. This is so, it's just so masculine. It is so suave. I love this stuff. So it opens up, it's got this beautiful bright rose and mint note in here, very just bright, while at the same time having this kind of Old Spicey kind of quality to it. So if you ever smelled like Old Spice in a can, or, you know, even the Old Spice aftershave, this kind of has been labeled as the niche Old Spice, and I kind of agree, but there's so much more going on to this. You get some rose mint, you get some lemon in here, you get some pink peppers, so it's kind of a spicy, you got some woody tones to it, but it just has that classic fougere gentleman style. And man, this, all right guys, we are at the top 5. We are in the top 5. Really excited to bring this to you. So this one comes from a house that I'm near and dear to. I absolutely adore George Zaharoff. He is an amazing human being, fantastic, just genuine human being. So at the number 5 spot, I went with Signature Royale. I love this stuff. This is amazing. I really did have kind of a hard time choosing between this one and some of the other ones in the house, but this one definitely had to make the list. I love it, guys. Opens up, it's got this beautiful fresh apple note in here. Oh my god, guys, this stuff, it's lovely. It's seductive, it is sexy, it's masculine, it's suave. Love this stuff, guys. So as you open up, like I said, it's got this kind of bright, fresh apple note in here. You do have that classic fougere gentleman style type of vibe to it. It's got some frankincense, it's got some myrrh. I believe there might be a little bit of oud in here, not 100% sure, but this stuff, guys, is just, it's regal. Love this stuff. Very masculine, while at the same time having kind of a you know, a modern twist to it with that apple note in here. If you guys haven't got your notes on this, I mean, what are you doing? All right, guys, so we are at the number 4 spot, and I tried so hard, guys. I really tried hard not to put two fragrances from the same house, but I literally couldn't. Like it made me sick to my stomach not to put this one in here because I already chosen Signature Royale. But guys, it is not a complete Barbershop Fragrances gentleman style fragrance list if you don't have the original Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. This stuff, man, oh man, this is amazing. This was the first fragrance that I ever smelled from the house and I fell in love. Man, this stuff, it holds a special place in my heart. Oh my gosh, guys, this stuff, I gotta give it a spray. It is just so good, guys. This to me is masterpiece quality. Love this stuff. Opens up. It's got this pear note in here that is just absolutely amazing to die for. The pear really, really plays off of my skin. You know, I've heard other people talk about the pear note, but you know, not quite as much as me, because that pear, it really does come off on my skin. But you do have some darker notes in here. You got this beautiful, beautiful creamy lavender in here. You got some frankincense and myrrh as well. This stuff is just a masterpiece in my opinion, and I know my buddy Scott Aromatico would definitely say the same thing. He loves this stuff. Shout out to you, brother. But Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme, what more could be said about this? This is just sexy. It is classic, but at the same time having a very modern twist to it. So Zaharoff. All right, guys, so we're in the top 3. Thank you so much for sticking around this far. If you have, I do appreciate that. Guys, whenever I got to the top 3, I just had to go with my gut instinct because I love these fragrances in the top 3. They are amazing. Either one of these could have been number 1, but I had to go with my gut instinct, and just smelling them and smelling them and smelling them again, I finally, decided on the last 3 orders. So coming in, excuse me, my goodness, man. These hiccups. Coming in at the number 3 spot, this is from the house of Yves Saint Laurent, and this is Rive Gauche, however you want to say it. And I gotta say, oh my gosh, like, this is amazing, guys. I almost made the mistake of selling this thing because it's that special to me. Now, hear me out. Whenever I say it's that special to me, meaning I don't want to use it because I love it that much, and it's discontinued. So I didn't want it just sitting around on my shelf, not getting used. But I forced myself to, start using this, and I've kind of put a little bit of a dent into it. But it's discontinued, super hard to find. I mean, even these square bottles. This is a 2017 or 18 batch. It was discontinued in 2018, I believe. So it's either 17 or 18 before it got discontinued. But I love this presentation. It gives you the accords here. So you have lavender, geranium, patchouli, vetiver. And guys, this stuff is just so creamy. It's got just this beautiful creamy lavender note in here. It really does just smell like you walked into a barbershop in the 1950s, got your haircut, got a fresh shave. This stuff, I don't know why they discontinued it. Like, Yves Saint Laurent, YSL, what are you doing? Like, if you see this video, which I know you won't, but if you see this video, bring this stuff back. Like, this stuff, man, it is amazing. All right, guys, so at the number 2 spot, this one I gotta give a shout out. I don't know if you still watch my videos or not, man, but shout out to Corbin over at Northwest Scents for putting me on to this bad boy. I had a decant, he sent me, paid for it. He sent it from his own collection, so thank you so much for that. But got a decant, loved it so much that I had to get a full bottle of this stuff, guys. Love this stuff. This comes from the house of Tom Ford, and this is Bois de Jour. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but this stuff is just absolutely gorgeous. Love this stuff. This is how a man should smell. Like, love this stuff, guys. Cannot get enough of it. So it's gonna open up very, very bright, fresh, creamy lavender. It's got just this tinge of a mint note in there. Like, it really kind of has this mint note that plays off my skin just in the very, very opening of it. And you get this basil note that just, man, it just really kind of ties all that in together. And then in the dry down, it is literally all about the oak moss and amber in here, guys. It is a very woody oak moss amber. Man, this stuff, it's so amazing. Love this stuff. Cannot get enough of this. All right, at the number 1 spot, guys, this one, I literally feel like the Lord and Dan Naughton, like, literally had a conversation, and like the Lord was like, yes, you have my blessing. And this comes from the house of Naughton and Wilson. This is Gravitas Pour Homme. This stuff, literally, guys, when I spray it, I can almost hear like an angelic choir just in the background, like, and it's amazing. Love this stuff. So opens up, it's got this beautiful, fresh, bright mandarin orange. It's got some bergamot in there. It's got this beautiful creamy lavender. In the mid, you have some coriander, and in the base notes you have ambergris and vanilla and oak moss. And guys, it just makes this creamy, rich, woody, fresh, citrusy barbershop fougere fragrance. Literally perfection in a bottle, if you ask me. Guys, this is a perfect fragrance. This is a 10 out of a 10, which reminds me, I'll do a video on this. I'm going to do a video here soon of, perfect fragrances. This one will definitely be on the list, just, FYI. But this stuff is amazing, guys. If you love creamy lavender and fresh citrus aromatic fougères, this is definitely your go-to. You need to try it if you haven't, guys. I think it's like 120 bucks. It's a little bit pricey, but guys, you're getting a niche fragrance for 120 bucks, 130 something after shipping. It's definitely worth it. This stuff, it literally screams spring in a bottle. It just makes me think of spring. It makes me think of, shaving in the springtime while birds are chirping and just like angels in the background are singing, and just all kinds of amazing stuff, guys. This to me is an amazing fragrance. Perfect 10 out of 10. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is it. That is my top 10 barbershop fougere fragrances in my collection that are also not decants, because if I had decants, it would be like an hour-long video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate that. Man, guys, comment down below. What are some of your favorite barbershop fougere fragrances? What ones do you think should have been on the list? Obviously, if they're not on the list, that means I don't have a full bottle, so I definitely need to get my hands on some more barbershops. There's a couple from MFK, definitely got to get those. I need to get Bois de Portugal from Creed, love that one. There's just a lot of different barbershop fragrances that I still need to get. I have decants of like Danger and Scandal, a couple others from Roja, how you want to say it. So definitely to get those, but these are what I got for now. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, comment down below, what are some of your favorite barbershop fougere gentleman style fragrances? We'll open up the comment section. I'm gonna catch you guys next time. And remember, if you love it, wear it.